Hey, everybody, those of you who are on so far. Hello, everybody in the Zoom. It's YRSL, and it is Monday. It's a Money Monday. And I hope and pray that you guys had an amazing weekend. I'm about to get the party started. I think I'm going to turn this light off right here. There we go. I probably didn't do anything for you. All right. It's 12:58. Shout out to everybody who will watch this replay on YouTube. Do not forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, YRSL, the Multipreneur. Those of you who follow me on Instagram at YRSL, the Multipreneur, and those of you who have actually connected with me on LinkedIn. So shout out to you guys. We're going to get it started today. Go ahead and get your notebook. Those of you who have been keeping up with a Money Monday notebook, get your journals. We are already live in Facebook. And hold on. Yes, that's right. Grab your water, grab your coffee, grab your wine if you want to do that. So for those of you on Facebook, and maybe this is your first time watching this, this is YRSL, the Multipreneur, and every Monday we go live at 1 o'clock. We talk about money. I want you comfortable talking about money. I want money to be a regular topic in your household. I don't want it to be this taboo thing, you know? We got to start talking about money. Well, anyway, one of the, that looked weird. One of the people that's in the Zoom, I usually, I have a podcast, So Boom, and it's on Anchor. And I tell people, grab your coffee, grab your water, grab your wine. So she said, you forgot to tell us to get our coffee and grab our water and our wine. I'm telling you now, get your coffee, grab your water, grab your wine. All right. I got it set up today, y'all, so I can see the comments in Facebook. So I'm excited about that. And that way, when people say things, I can respond in real time. So we are in like Flynn. My clock says 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Again, it's YRSL, the Multipreneur. It is a Money Monday. Thank you guys so much for coming back and joining me. So let's start off by saying, if you have not received your journal yet, did you not get your journal yet? What are you waiting for? I have a 52-week scripture-based journal to help you develop a good money mindset. Also, just to help you to grow closer to God. And in addition to that, just to help you have some accountability in how you're spending. Go back to your journal during the week. Take notes, like as you're, maybe have another prayer request, maybe you have another money goal, maybe you made some more money, and then go back and just, record in your journal. And for those of you who just received your journal, I want you to go to YouTube, and there is a video on how to use your journal, so make sure that you watch that. The last thing I want to say to you before we go ahead and get into today's topic is that there are some of you who have purchased the journal online. So maybe you use Books A Million, maybe you use Barnes and Noble, maybe you bought it from Amazon. I want you to know that I cannot see that it is you who made that purchase. So I want you to know, because I had somebody a little bit offended, because she's like, I bought your book on Amazon and you didn't even contact me and say thank you. And I didn't know, sis. I had no clue. So I want to let you know that I don't know. I just see the numbers and I see where you bought it from. So I see the cities, the countries, the states, but I don't see the individual person who purchased it. So I just want to let you know, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love you, and I thank you for supporting me and for letting people know about what I have going on here. So Don't even be offended. You know, you guys know I'm not like that. All right, so let's talk about something huge today. This is big time. And as usual, how do we start off Money Monday? We started off with a scripture. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get this party rolling. Uh-oh. See what happens when you don't turn the phone down in the office? All right, here we go. Right. Actually, totally not what I want it to look like. I'm gonna get it off this presentation style. Let's check that up, y'all. There we go. This is how I want it to look. All right. I have two today. Two, dos. Proverbs 13:22. And it tells us a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous. That's the first one. You guys got that? Proverbs 13:22. This next one, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit. 1 Timothy 5:8. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. You guys got that? 1 Timothy 5:8. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. So I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to bring it on back here because there are a couple of things that I want to say about that second verse, that 1 Timothy verse. So I don't want you going back telling your uncle, you know, Uncle, Yarcel said, you supposed to give me some money. No, not true. Not what I'm trying to say. First of all, I want you to know that most of 1 Timothy was really about creating a respectful attitude, toward people in the church. You know, especially the widows during that time. So, you know, these widows, you've lost your husband, and you know, and you lost your spouse. So now you don't have anything. You need help. You need support. And so, you know, the Apostle Paul's focus in the letter was helping the needy, right? But it was also while shaming and discouraging a lazy mindset. And so, so that's most of 1 Timothy, because, you know, you can't just go and pick out one scripture and just like cherry pick it for your own liking. You got to know the whole context and the history or whatever, what was happening. And so in 5:8, Paul was illustrating how important it was for adult children to take care of their family members, especially when they were in need. Because think about this. So you know how we call God our Father, and we say he's a good father, and how God takes care of us. So you want to look at your family like that, especially your household now, your household. God takes care of us that way. He's a good father to us. So if you are able, why would you not take care of your children? Why would you not take care of your household? Now, it's important that you understand this. Paul was not calling one person to be the family caregiver or even the primary caregiver for the whole house. Instead, what he was saying that, you know, if you know that you can help somebody, you know, you don't leave your home, your family out there. I remember when I lived in Tennessee, there was a couple that they were neglecting their children. They had kids. I knew this couple because I worked at a Crystal's, and they worked there, and I had no clue that they were the ones on TV. I didn't even know they had kids, and they were starving their children. That is wrong. You know, God doesn't look down and say, you know what, look at my child that I created. I'm going to starve them. He doesn't do that. So that's what that's about. Just want to let you know. What are we talking about? So I'm gonna go back to my PowerPoint, but I just wanted to get that clear. I had to come off because I know somebody's going to try to take that scripture and use it and try to get some money from their uncle or their auntie or whoever. And that's not what that is. You need to stop being lazy, sister, brother. Stop being lazy. All right. So now let's go back. What are we talking about today, you guys? We're going to talk about life insurance. Yes. We're going to talk about life insurance, y'all. And this is going to be different because I know how some of y'all are thinking. You're thinking, oh, okay. We're going to talk about life insurance, but I'm going to talk about life insurance in a way that is going to be a little bit different than what you may think. So first, let me just say that I'm only going to kind of hit on 4 types of life insurance. The universal life insurance, I'm not really going to talk about it as much. Go ahead and write this down in your notepad. Term, whole, cash value term, and universal life insurance. I'm going to give you a minute to get that down because that's what I'm going to talk about for today. Okay. Everybody got that? All right. I hope you got it because I'm going to come off of this now. Those are the 4 that we're going to kind of hit on today. So there are so many reasons why you need to have life insurance. It's bigger than, having the money to bury somebody. It's bigger than that. And when you look at your life insurance needs, you have to think about a plethora of things. If I leave this earth, my family, no, I thought I turned this thing down. If I leave this earth, who would rely on me? How would it be for these people if I were there? So maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's children. If I were there, then I would help with college, if that's what you were doing. If I were there, I would be helping with food. If I were there, I'd be helping with shelter. If I were there, I would help with medical bills. If I was there, I would be paying rent or a mortgage. So all of those things come into play when you're trying to figure out what it is that you need as far as life insurance is concerned. It's not just one thing like bury me. I also hear people talk about life insurance as it pertains to, and I'm just going to turn this off today. I also hear people talk about life insurance for children. And a lot of people say, I don't need life insurance for my kid. If something happens to my kid, I can bury my kid. It ain't going to be no big deal. I'd cremate. Cremation, some of y'all think cremation costs $500 and it doesn't, but whatever. And so but let me tell you about my client. One of my clients, she lost a child. She grieved for over 12 months. If I lost one of my 3, I am not sure that I will be working anytime soon. And so you have to think about those things. Another thing too, about getting your children insured. When they're younger, it's definitely more affordable, but there are I know people now who their children are uninsurable, and because of factors that are not their issues. For some of them, or not their problem. Some of them have gotten cancer. Now you're not eligible anymore for life insurance unless you're getting it at work through a group policy. Some people's children go through depression. And if your child has gone through depression, there's a possibility that they could be denied for life insurance later. So it's good to get it while you can get it and there are no health issues, and it's something that they can keep later. It's just a good thing to have for the children. So don't get on this whole thing that kids don't need life insurance. I disagree. What I will tell you about life insurance is that life insurance is not cookie cutter. And there are going to be a lot of agents who don't like that I say this, but life insurance is not cookie cutter. One of my girlfriends, when I was getting my agency, she told me, Yarcel, one thing that I like about this, I'm so excited for you, but she worked in the insurance industry for years. She was an underwriter, just different things. And so she told me, she said, you are going to bring back integrity into the industry. You're going to bring back integrity into the industry. And I really believe that. There are so many agents who are out here that have people believing that life insurance is cookie cutter. So what I get for the Brown family, I'm going to give that to the Jones family. I'm going to give it to the Thomas family. No, every single person, family has their own individual separate needs. You do not need to be getting life insurance from somebody who is slapping everybody in the same exact things. If they're not taking the time to see what you have, learn about your family, know exactly what it is that you guys need, asking questions and helping to put together a plan that works for your family, then you need to reevaluate who it is that you're dealing with. So term, what is term, Yarcel? Term life insurance is like rent. You pay your rent, you can live in the house. When you stop paying your rents, you don't live in the house anymore. Term life insurance is life insurance that is for a specific amount of time, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. Once that time period is over, it's over. It is the most affordable because it's not permanent. And it is, you can get much more insurance death benefit for a lower price. Now, there are different types of term. Some people have term insurance, some companies to where your price of your insurance changes every 5 years. Some people have a type of term insurance that is, it can renew, but it may renew at a higher rate. It just depends on the company and the product that they write. And then there's whole. Whole life insurance is also known as permanent insurance. It is the insurance that it doesn't end. So when you die, it dies with you. That's how, but otherwise, as long as you're alive, you still have it. It also builds cash value. Now, there are some people who will say, you got to get this because, it's going to build up some cash value and then you can use the money later for college and stuff like that. Well, listen, it's not a bank account. Okay. It ain't a stock investment like how some people try to sell it. And some of the agents ain't gonna like that. It's not a stock investment like some people try to say that, that you have that. And if you are using that for the purposes of, and it's a loan, now it's not necessarily something that you have to pay back, but it's gonna accrue interest and it will be taken away from the death benefit. And for some people who have whole life insurance policies, when we were little, we have Gerber, and I write for Gerber as well. But those policies don't gain as much cash value. Some people, after you get your life insurance, you never go back and read the policy, but it may be time for you to pull that paper out, check it out, and see for yourself. Then there's the cash value term. Cash value term is kind of like not every company has this. This is actually something that I offer, but it gives you like a little bit of whole and a little bit of term. It's like kind of if they were together. Some companies call it return of premium. And so at the end of a specific time period, you can take cash, you can take the money and get a paid up policy. It has a lot of different options to it, but that works for some people. It's not as high as whole life insurance, but it's not as low as term. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. And for some people, this is a great product for them. They see the benefit in it because, like I said, it's like a return of premium product. So basically what you put in, you're going to get it back later. And that is only in some situations, okay? And then there's the universal life insurance policy. It can be variable or index. I'm not going to go into this a whole lot, but basically, this is a insurance that pays your premium through a fund, and it has the ability to really gain grow some money because part of it is in the market, but not money that you're investing. And also there are like great benefits with universal life insurance policies in that they have riders. Riders are these things that attach to policies that give you benefits. So like you can have a child term rider, extra benefits, let me say that. Or in the case of the universal, there are chronic illness, terminal illness riders. So if you get sick, God forbid, you can access the death benefit, in some places up to 80%. That can help you if you're in a crisis type situation. So, and like I said, I'm not gonna go extensively into all because I can do a whole, we talk about life insurance for a whole workshop. But the purpose of us talking about it today is that it is godly for you to take care of your family, to make sure that they are provided for. Set your house in order. The word tells us to set our house in order. We're going to talk about wills one day and the importance of having a will, but we're not talking about that today. But set your house in order. And let me just tell you about life insurance. I know that it can be emotional. Some of you feel like you think that, you have a long time before you're going to need it. And some of you feel like it's not necessary because, you're going to work for forever. You're going to work for forever and you're going to save up your money for forever. But we know that statistically, most of us are not saving. Most of us are not having, we're not saving yet. Let me just say that. And most of us don't have a lot of emergency fund money and all those kinds of things. So I want to charge you to make sure that you protect your family in this type of way. And again, let me just tell you that I want you to know that it is affordable. It's not something that you feel like you can't afford it, but you can. And so, I'm here to help you with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you, those of you who have insurance, and let me tell you this too. I often hear this, Yarcel, I got it at work, I'm good. Well, if you leave the job, you retire from the job, those group policies, you cannot carry them with you. So if you have a life insurance policy at work and you're not sure if it's a policy that you can carry with you, you need to ask your HR. If you have a policy that you haven't looked at it in a while, I want you to pull it out. And if you want, I will review it for you. I'm going to put a link with my email address. Well, actually, I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it in YouTube. Those of you in Zoom, I'm going to add it in the chat, my email address and the link to my scheduling. And I want you to send it to me and I'll read it and we'll take a 15 minutes and I'll tell you exactly what you have. Now, one of my clients, I'm not going to say her name, but she is a lady and she's actually my Facebook friend. I'm going to tell her story and then I'm going to let you guys go because this is something that has happened in my personal family with one of my aunts, one of my favorite aunts. And but this happened to her. She thought she had over 300,000 in life insurance. And so she and I had an appointment. I had a chance to look at everything that she had. And it turns out that whoever wrote her policy, and if you watch this, which I think that you may, if you watch this video and you want to tell them who you are, then feel free. So as I read it, I tell her, you actually only have this amount of life insurance that's permanent. And she's like, what? Where are you getting that from? And I said, well, 200,000 of this life insurance policy that this person wrote for you is actually an accident term policy, meaning the only way it's going to pay out is if you die in an accident. And she was like, what? I knew I felt some type of way about this. And, she just really we got her straight and we got her together. But it's really important for you to go back and read those contracts. I know that everybody is not integral in the industry, but you can learn there are amazing agents that are out here. They are trustworthy. They are going to look out for your best interests, but you do have a responsibility to read those documents for yourself, especially before you sign them. Okay. And then I want to end, the last thing that I want to tell you is this. You can't procrastinate on this. One of the teachers that is at, well, I might tell you the school. She's at Newton High School, and she was not my client, but I love this story. She had a life insurance policy, her and her husband, and they were going to get life insurance. And this was a paperwork. And so the paperwork was at their house, and they were going to sign it and send it back. You know, now we do things electronically. You know, we can send it, you can e-sign it, stuff like that. But they had the application, and all they had to do, her and her husband, was sign the application. And he passed away. He died while they had the app in the house. And she said that from that point on, she always advocates and tells people, get the life insurance. So I'm going to tell you, don't procrastinate. I know that there are some people who are out here trying to hustle you and trying to make money off of you, but think about your family and what is in the best interest of your family, and also how it would be if you had to live without somebody who's helping you raise kids. So again, this is a really serious thing. If you want to learn more about life insurance policies, the types, I have an amazing video on my agency page, Advent Insurance and Financial Solutions. You can find it right on Facebook. You can go back and look at a video, and it really talks in depth about the types of life insurance. And if you are concerned about what you have or maybe not enough, like I said, I'm going to put the link. Make an appointment with me, because it's personal, it's individual. Everybody is not going to need or have the same types of things, and you have to do what is in the best interest of your family and for yourself. All right. Listen, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Share this video. I appreciate everybody who supports everything that I do. And if you have any questions, make sure that you reach out to me. I'm available to you. If you're on YouTube, I want you to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with another Money Monday next week. And as usual, there's going to be a question of the day. So as soon as the question of the day comes up, I'll probably post that a little bit later. And if you have or maybe you have a good question and you didn't ask me on this, send it to me. So I'll come back and record the question of the day a little bit later. And it's usually like a 1 or 2 minute video. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful week. I will talk to you later. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. Get something for your kids' teachers, y'all. Don't be out here letting these teachers, they basically taking care of the kids sometimes more than us. So give your kids' teachers a little something this week. Talk to you later. Bye.